Ned rigging in the rain at Table Rock. Cold and miserable. Second keeper of the day. A little smallmouth. Just kind of the usual stuff on this, but boy, it's a nasty day and they're eating it. This fish is in about 6 or 8 feet. So probably getting ready to bed or moving up and cruising a little bit. Fishing the Ned Rig in the cold and miserable rain at Table Rock. It is Saturday. Water temp's about 56, 55 degrees depending on where you go. We've had yet another front come through. The fish with the clouds have been a little bit shallower than where they were with the sun, which sort of makes sense. Maybe not with the temp drops, but that's where they've been. Had a lot of people ask me this week, and a lot of interest this week in this little rig. A lot of people have asked me how I fish it and kind of how fast I fish it, and the answer is as slow as you can stand it, pretty much. You know, if a fish will let you fish it faster, that's fine. If they won't, then don't. By all means, it is never bad to just dead stick it, leave it in place, bouncing along the bottom a little bit. Right now they're eating it pretty well that way. It's not just that you're fishing for inactive fish. Some of them may be, but some of them will be eating pretty well. It's just that you're just trying to put that bait in front of one and leave it there. And that's a little different concept than even things like shaky head or dragging a Carolina rig or dragging a split shot rig. Keeper number 3 for the day. Nice solid black. They are eating the little rig down in there today. Fishing the same place where we just talked about how to fish slow. That fish probably 17.5 inch. Not a monster, but a nice solid fish for the day. We've got a bunch of boats out here. There's keeper number 4. Pretty nice smallmouth there. Buck from the look of it. And he was up in almost no water. I tried to shoot a little video of him coming in, but he didn't provide that opportunity. Nice mustard yellow color. Beautiful fish. Got a pretty good fish on. Sure feels like a smallmouth. There's the kind of bank. Just down from where we've been catching them. Let's see if we can get this one to the boat. And there she is. Another brownie stuck right in the top of the mouth. Should keep. That's 5. About 10:45 this morning. Started fishing about 8 o'clock. Hasn't warmed up a bit, and the fish are, some of the shallow fish are right up there wanting to get things done. So you just have to get it around them. Fishing the little rig, Midwest Finesse rig, Ned Rig at Table Rock Lake. This is a little stretch of bank that I had about 3 or 4 tournament boats come through and actually cut right in front of me while I was fishing it. And hope their day goes well, of course. That is the little rig spinning there. Water's clear but has a little dinge to it. It's about 56 degrees, about the same as everywhere else. Just some tapering gravel with a little mixed rock thrown in, some brush thrown in. Everybody who came through here, really, they weren't fishing the wrong stuff necessarily. They were throwing grubs and shaky heads and dragging little finesse rigs and Carolina rigs, and a couple of them caught some short fish. But they're just fishing way, way too fast. These fish are super, super shallow right now with this overcast, and they're eating very, very well. I've got 9 keepers in the boat, probably 30, 40 fish somewhere in there. At this point, it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and but most everybody's just fishing too fast. If you can feel your boat moving, just about, you're going too fast. If you slow it down to where you're just sitting still, you're going to catch a whole bunch of fish. And there is Midwest Finesse rig, also known as the Ned Rig. Here's another fish on that same bank we just talked about. Fishing super slow. I haven't moved the boat. Haven't even really blown with the wind. Another decent smallmouth. And they are full of anger today. One last update. I've switched out to the 16th ounce head PB&J and using it split on the tail just a little bit, kind of a crawdad look. And that right there is keeper number 11. And if you were in a tournament, I suppose you could cull and cull down for ounces and such, but that's just a pretty fish. Just a nice 16 1/4 inch bass. And let him go back and do his business. He doesn't look like, looks to be a buck to me. Alright, Midwest Finesse report, April 27, 2013, Tip Rock Lake. Very good day. Fish-wise, not a terribly great day weather-wise. It was pouring down rain today until about 11:30 noon, somewhere in there. That followed all-day rain and storms yesterday. These are the primary baits I fished today. 1/8 ounce head and a cut ZinkerZ or Zero. Watermelon red, green pumpkin, PB&J. That is the 16th ounce head in PB&J, and this one has a little bit of a split in the tail. Tail's just been cut. Gives it a touch more action, gives it a little bit of a crawdad look, just gives it a little different look to it. Had 11 keepers, probably caught 50 fish, and all throughout the day. Smallmouth are pulling up there in 6 or 8 feet of water. We've got heavy overcast, so that sort of makes sense. The blacks, Kentuckies, tend to be out in front of docks about 15 feet.